Hi there, my name is Cyberrogue, and after putting this off for 3 weeks, I'm finally getting around to fixing the video to where I can feel like I can put it out there to show people. Because if there's one thing I hate, it's putting out bad quality. But if there's another thing I apparently hate, it's actually, doing things in a timely manner. But it's something I'm working on. Part of the reason this is so late is because I was explaining my theory and I just couldn't get the words out. So I'm gonna try it again and see if I can actually get it right this time. But first, we're gonna need a little bit of a recap. So, 3 weeks ago, we had a chat with Knuckles and we found out that he and Vector were in the saloon playing with the arcade. While Shadow was getting people to lock the doors to the other cars, and Rouge was looking for something on the train. What that is, nobody knows, but we'll find out eventually, whenever I get to I don't know what car it is. It's the casino, that's right. It's been a minute, obviously. We also paid a little bit of a visit to the library car a little early and discovered that Amy is actually scarily, committed to this, but what's new? It's Amy. She's a little obsessed. Also, Espio, don't quit your day job. Anyway, now that that's done with, on to the theory. So, the thing that really tipped me off was the realization that I had actually placed the dining car in the wrong place in my head. Because see, I had thought that the dining car was here with the lounge, but realistically, it was here at the caboose, and the lounge is actually here. So, what that tells me is Shadow had direct access to Sonic Station, So what that tells me is that Shadow had direct access to Sonic Station. And what was Sonic Station? The conductor's car. Now, coming to that conclusion, one can guess what the hypothetical situation is considering the game that is at play here. The literal game. So Shadow here could have gone into here and killed Sonic here, and then drug the body all through the train here. But wait, how does that actually work? Because, as you can see, there are witnesses here, all throughout the train. Now, we've already established that Vector and Knuckles were both in the arcade playing the game. However, we still have Espio, who we have not double-checked yet, although currently I know the situation with Espio, obviously, because this is post-recording. But we also don't know what Rouge and Blaze were doing and how they could have missed the body. Or if they did miss the body, we just haven't talked to them yet. That's the thing, though. But the more we go into this, the more I'm thinking that this is not actually a game, that there's something sinister going on around here. So, what could have also happened if this is not part of the game, like the game is subtly hinting at, is Shadow hears something, goes into the dining car, and finds Sonic KO'd. So then he rushes Sonic back here and dumps the body, and then runs all the way back here, locking the doors. on his way out. Except for this one. Oops. Or he could have just been doing that on the way to the car. But also, another potential explanation I have for him not being spotted is, if you know Sonic and if you know the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise and you know of Shadow, then you know about his chaos control, which means he could transport himself from here all the way to here without touching one of those cars. I think that's how it works. But this only works if he has a Chaos Emerald, which we do not know if he has at this point in time. We need to get to the car to find out. But that's the thing. The more I get through the game, the more I'm discovering that this right here is the key to everything. Which, it's understandable, because this is the last car in the game. And at the end of the day, this is a game designed by people who design games. And honestly, this game is actually pretty darn good. Well, for the most part anyway. There's a few little holes that I could poke in it, but for the most part, this is definitely a lot better than some of their modern games, in all honesty. At least comparing this game to what I've heard about those games. But anyway, my theory that I'm running with is that Shadow came in here, ran back with the body, or teleported straight into here and ran back into here and is currently fighting off with whoever is in here. I promise I'm a better artist than this. But yeah, that is pretty much the theory, and on to the actual Alright, last we left off, we were also asking Espio and Vector what the heck they told Amy. Oh sure, it's simple, we just explained this to Amy actually. When we were all sent off, Ray, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. Makes sense. Checks out so far. Where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Wait, that's it? Yep. Huh. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup in the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. Oh, hey. Oh, those things changed. I just noticed that. She came back shortly after, and we heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure. At the brochure there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and had locked the door. There's something. He locked the door whenever. So Rouge was going through the place before Shadow was actually going through the place locking doors. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shoot. Sorry about that. Shadow walked through the library car, to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. Really? If so, he's not that great. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. Guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. And returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. And that's when the train sped up. We were so worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. That's when the train sped up. Could have been Shadow speeding up the train. And he was locking the doors to keep everybody safe. And make sure nobody got hurt. That could be the story behind it if he actually did. Well, if it's actually a game. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just going to peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. I don't think we have any meat in here, mate. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered too. Oh my gosh! Well, some fairies are gonna like that. Thanks, guys. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post, and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. Small task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Oh my gosh! He's got more of a sepia color because he's in the distance. Oh my goodness. Oh good lord. That is so nice. Okay. We got the hang in there the adorable hang in there poster, the shelf, the door. This thingy again. Let's see. Chaos Cola. Okay. Check out our book club. And Books of the Month Gone Gal. Okay. There's an arm. Trash can! And table and globe. And Espio. Alright. Let's start with hang in there. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. 'Cause your boy betrayed you. This little chow's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety. Because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. I mean, okay. It's beautiful. If this chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. Oh, is it because of the flicky? There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right? I don't know. Ask Sega. Ooh, brochures. This is important. We had to look at this. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks. Brain cells. Caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh. Cyberrogue, look at this. There's a couple of maps in here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to the inventory. Ooh, nice. Also, something else I've noticed last episode that I forgot about. This is a bullet train. What is this mess up here? Why is there another level? Unless this is just like a hologram or something? Because it's a state-of-the-art train. I would believe that for sure. But if that's a real thing, then oh boy. Sega, you done goofed. Or this is like a TARDIS situation here. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactite. Barry, we don't need that. Nah, leave it. Oh. Right. Yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Aww. You can take it anyway. Oh. Books. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out, too, searching for something. That was weird. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Okay, and door? Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked the door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock was added to the inventory. Jeez, what's wrong with me today? Can't even say a word right without messing it up. And is there anything else? But hold up, wait a minute. You see here? It ain't locked. Somebody locked it. Ooh, Espio, you done left the car. You in trouble now, boy, but I'm gonna get you. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling to clean up the car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. And table. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are comfy. So plush. It puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. Okay. Now you... Yeah, I can understand that. I get that. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes just a bit. No, Barry, you're on the job. Cyberrogue, no! Don't fall asleep! There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap. Barry? I hope you would finish that with, I would have 2 rings. Which is a bit of a coincidence, but it's still weird, right? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. plenty of wonderful people in shops. The food can't be beat either. Right, because you had to visit there because of Sonic Unleashed. That was actually where, I forget the name. Spagonia, that's it. That's where Spagonia is from. That was where Spagonia was from. I found that out after the fact. After that episode. I've forgotten about that. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia. There it is. Yep, it was right there in front of me. Great. Thanks, brain cells. And if you've ever been there... I have, actually. Yep, Sonic Unleashed. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Yep, that's the reference. Never played it, but I did watch, I think it was Hero Volti play it. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. Noise. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. The script knows everything and has been everywhere, haven't they? I mean, Tails has, and probably Amy, and definitely Sonic. I don't know about anyone else, though. Oh, that's a book. Also, no, we'll look at the book first. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck. It reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman. You're gonna say it like that every time. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What? What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Oh no. Oh no. Red flag. Red flag. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. Ooh! Ooh, berry! Ooh! Had to get in the egg joke, huh? You may not be wrong, but I don't think he is. I think he is. I think there's something weird afoot. I think somebody put that here. I think the boy put it here. I think Eggman's on the train. The egg is on the train. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. Yes, Barry! Check the trash can! I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. Dang it! One day! I really thought there'd be something there. Cyber-Rogue, are you sad there was nothing in the trash can? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash can we find. Yeah, thanks, mate. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. I knew you would come around, Tails! Or maybe you're just being nice, but I don't care. Yeah, okay, these trash bins can't hide a secret. I'm sure of it. Cyber-Rogue, you're pretty unconventional. Excuse me? I'm sorry, sir, but you always check the trash can at a crime scene. It's logic. But I like that. But, was that supposed to be a compliment? Alright. We've already checked the table. Let's talk to Vector. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but if they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train... We actually... Oh, they did... Wait, did they Was that how it's... Oh, I guess they did confiscate it. You actually tried to bring a knife onto the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. What if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I could've checked there, but oh well. Can I take your order? Oh, yes, please, I'm starved! Actually, I'm off to a... At the moment, the murder mystery is more important. Why did you have that option, then? Then why would you show the menu to me? Come on, Cyber Rogue, why would you tease him like that? I'm sorry, I didn't know this was gonna happen. This is all Barry. And here I thought I could trust you. You made a fool of me. Look, Cyber Rogue, you've made him a fool! Come on, come on, man. Hey, you smooth this over, not me. No, I'm the fool. Yeah. You smooth things over, but at what cost? No, you kind of deserve that, Barry. Alright. Oh, okay. I already checked all that stuff. Did you bring me any meat? No, because you don't have a cleaver. Okay, I want to talk to Espio. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about space? Because I don't want a poem about trains. Also, you're not using spring again. I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase. Oh no. But a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace. Don't quit the chaotics! What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? No, he hasn't. Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled. Oh gosh, please stop, Espio, stop. You're torturing us. Though I ignore the grumbling tummy, for the eggs I received were scrambled when I asked for my eggs runny. Okay. Wow. You don't serve any eggs on the train, though. My talent is wasted on you lot. Espio, you have no talent. I'm sorry to say this, but you have no talent. Alright. No, please, no more poems. I don't think we have enough evidence yet. Why don't we look around a little more first? Why? Okay. I looked at the books, looked at all of this. Oh, wait, maybe I need to take a deeper look into this. Okay. Or maybe talk to Victor first. Not enough evidence? Okay. I forgot to click over there. Oh my gosh. Okay. But I just missed a bookshelf. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on this shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. You think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. The manual's been added. I think we found enough clues. This blanket. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio to find out what really happened. Okay, now I can interrogate. I'm gonna go Vector first. No, the only meat I brought is the meat of the investigation. Okay. So, you two don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Cyberrogue and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio was really reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Hey, nice. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. Why? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade and the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. And that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Bro. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't know you're that detective. Let the man live. I'm sorry, I thought you were the butcher, not the lawyer, Vector. What if it was a bear? I mean, he could have thought of that. I mean, he's on a train with the sole purpose of a murder mystery game. It would be kind of stupid to read something that you know would embarrass yourself, because you're gonna have to explain yourself later. And I don't think Espio would be that dumb. Ah, shoot. What kind of things, If you don't talk, I have a hunch on what the book might be. Cyberrogue, could you help me out? Alright. What? Okay, Cyberrogue, what book do we think Espio might have been reading? Okay, well, hopefully I'll be able to catch what he said. Sorry about that. Also, the menu! No, it's this book. A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument can you possibly have to support this? Oh no, not again! 40 rings! Oh my gosh, and there's 4 lanes? Oh gosh. Red lane! Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. Oh no. Ah. Okay, just gotta live. Just gotta live. Yes! Oh my gosh, that was actually fairly easy. I can dodge ninja stars any day. Oh boy. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. all except this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked up the manual and put it back on in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like that. Calm down, Victor. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, Espio. But you're a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Cyber-Rogue, if you don't mind. Wait, what? I didn't read the manual! Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Okay, good. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio about the manual to prove he read it. Got it. Which page should I quiz him on? 362! Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in the keeping of the train spotless? Bruh. Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying that, so it doesn't count. Although I have a feeling the train company didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons and explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Okay, no, that one is... Okay, fair enough. Seems like Espio aced that question. Cyber-Rogue hit him up with another one. Okay. Which page do I choose? 231! What's the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds, and you will be charged with a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Ooh. Or it's a senior citizen discount. Or an exception for senior citizens, because, you know, they'd be old, and kinda... The older you get, the more health problems you can get. Or the more likely you are to have developed some problems. Last one, Cyber-Rogue. Let's see if Espio can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page do I pick now? Let's go for a wild card. Pick 16. Wait, that was in the middle! No! Oh well. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease the general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. Train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Oh. Important. Note that down. Now, did I pass your little test? Think so. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But if he answered all my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the one to see me reading, after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate, I think, despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can... Espio, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem. Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Cyber-Rogue? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Cyber-Rogue, think. We should have a piece about it. Evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading, but what? The menu! Nah. Probably Shadow. Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell, Please, pray tell, what this has to do with anything. What does this have to do with anything, is how it should be written, but I guess not. We're up, Cyber-Rogue. Let's get our argument together. Oh boy. 50! Uh-oh. Ah! No. Uh-oh. Ah! Come on. Thread the needle. Nope, not there. Ah! No! Ah, I can jump over it though. Ha! No! No, 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 no! No. My rings! No! No, 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 no. Okay, 51. 51, we're good. We're good. We can go. Shadow walked through the library card to get to the saloon card, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. Wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. Hey. Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading a book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. Jeez, there's a lot of writing issues. Or I'm just weird. You're telling me the sound of the doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? You see... I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at the moment, were you really in the library car at all? What? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and said no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Cyber-Rogue. One that I would love for Espio to solve. You've gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book I didn't notice Shadow passed back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't! Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's on to something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply reading, or did he somehow vanish? To not notice Shadow's return to the library car. What should I do? Oh no. I didn't expect this. Alright, we're working some brain cells here. Let's look at this map right quick. Okay. Let's recap the look of the room right quick. The bookshelves are lined up against the wall back there. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're over here, and this is where the other side is, so. What could it possibly be? I think I'm sticking with Tails on this one. 'Cause this, right here. I'm sorry, Espio, I want to defend you, but I cannot. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's on something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... Cyber-Oak, my favorite and beloved employee, please. Protect the passengers on board this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I think this is just in his head now. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails? Oh, okay, we are defending Espio. I'm sorry, Espio. Huh? We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows that Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? The menu, but... the map. If he was sitting here, then Shadow could have passed. I didn't look at that good enough. Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Oh, jeez. Okay. Just don't hit. Uh-oh. Ooh. Woo! Haha! Dodge. Ah, no! I didn't dodge that one. No! Uh-oh. Just don't die. Don't die. Ha! Nice. Got it. The library map. Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another. A straight path. If Shadow walked down this straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow not to see him? He could have been here. Interesting. Interesting. That's where I was sitting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. And that confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because a bookcase was in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio. So there's no ways Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. Okay, maybe Barry has a little bit of brains, or his brain cells are growing. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping, despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all of our questions. We did it! Another pair of alibis validated! Yeah. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. I wish I could do the same. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Same here, buddy. We're on the same track, somewhat. Oh? It seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through. Ah, the lock was from Amy. Okay. When she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck. And if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. But you don't have your cleaver. I'll keep my poetry sharp for both of you. A murderer is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick, 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 goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. Huh. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're actually doing this. Come on, Cyber Rogue, let's see what's next. Coming. Not just yet, Tails. 'Cause it has been an hour, and Taco Boy needs to rest. So, now that we finished in the library car, we know that Espio was actually reading the entire time. I'm shocked. But apparently Espio is a real bookworm. And we've also confirmed not only Vector's story, but we've also confirmed Knuckles' story at this point. Because Vector did in fact go into the saloon to play Super Monkey Ball with Knuckles. He also mentioned that Shadow went in there. And apparently I was wrong. There was no fight between Vector and Espio. Vector just got bored. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah. But now there's a few more questions that I've got. Mainly, what were the other three doing at the time? What the heck is Rouge looking for, and what did she find? What was Blaze doing in the time when Rouge was going around looking for stuff? And why the heck is Shadow locking doors? So far, I haven't gotten any contradicting evidence, but actually, I've gotten some supporting evidence. I think I'm on the right track here. Why are there Eggman books on this trade? Everybody in this universe should know how bad of a guy Eggman is. Something is sus. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But that's going to be next time. Thank you for watching. Sorry for letting it get this long. I did not expect that I would actually... Honestly, I did not expect the curveball which they threw at me, which, good on them. I'm glad they threw that curveball. And I didn't think my theory explanation would take about 10 minutes of the video up, so... Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this off here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.